The United Federation Union Party is the longest-lasting and most successful political party in the Federation. It is the only liberal party in the Federation. It has elected 4 presidents, and it has the highest approval rating and holds solid majorities in 4 of the 5 biggest states in the Union. So why has the Union Party failed to elect a president since Calvin Petrie over 12 months ago? The short answer is that the Union Party has a problem, and to see this problem, we have to go all the way back to the foundation of the party system in the Federation. In late October of 2018, Connor Zink was wildly unpopular as president. On his watch, 5 states had gone bankrupt, including Raman and Prairie, 2 of the most economically powerful in the Federation, and both founding states in the Union. Zink would not win his re-election. Almost everybody in the Federation knew it. So an influential politician named Luke Gainey united with Chris Follis to join the Republicats Party. The Republicats Party would be anti-Zink, centrist on economic policy, conservative on military policy, and isolationist in international relations. In retaliation, Connor Zink's followers created the Crusader Party, a protectionist and militaristic party, so named because of Connor Zink's nickname and slogan, Connor the Crusader. But the Republicats' platform did not align with the majority of the Federation's voters, even despite their opposition to President Zink. So a little-known military commodore, Nick Laporte, joined forces with the first president of the Federation, John Banks George, to create a new party. They called it the Union Party, to show their dedication to holding the country together. It would be liberal on social issues, liberal on economic policy, strong on military, but with a focus on new research and development programs, and in favor of improving the Federation's image abroad. With the election fast approaching, the Republicans nominated another little-known candidate, freshman Senator Ryden Fulhazee of Rydonia, to run against Zink and Laporte. Though the Republicans and Union Party didn't share a lot of ideals, they were united by one thing: a disapproval of President Zink's administration. The Union Party focused on its plans to rebuild the Federation's core states, like Pearl, Raman, Circles, and Prairie, states that would shortly become known as the Rust Belt. And at the ballot box, the people overwhelmingly chose Nicholas Laporte to be the country's next president, absolutely decimating the Republicans and causing the collapse of the Crusader Party. But now, the party had a new problem. When it was created, it was only meant to be temporary. John Banks George, one of the founders himself, said that the party was a short-term solution to a one-term problem. But now, with a supermajority in the state council, the Union Party's leadership made a momentous decision. They voted to remain together. And so, the Union Party now stood as the dominant political party in the Federation, and with President Laporte as the party head, it was able to pass major legislation. But democracy moved forward, and the next election would truly be a test of the party's success. President Laporte was nominated unanimously by the party for a second term, and polls showed the race was close but in Laporte's favor. His Republicans challenger, Christopher Follis, however, was able to draw record turnout in the election and won by the skin of his teeth, an election that still draws security and fraudulent questions today. Despite the potential issues with the ballot, Follis was declared legally the winner, and the Laporte administration transitioned to the Follis administration. But the Union Party was spared total defeat, as it had maintained, though with a slimmer margin, its majority in the Senate, which the Union Party was instrumental in remaking into 2 houses. Chris Follis, in order to pass his other agendas, maintained Laporte's economic policies, and in the next 2 elections the Union Party won the presidency both times, and only lost its plurality in 1 house of the Senate 1 time. However, by this time, the Republicans Party was starting to die out, and a new challenger to the Union Party, the Christian Democratic Pacifist Party, was rising to take the Republicans' place. In the October 2019 elections, the Union Party failed to get an outright majority of the vote, with Andrew Anderson, their candidate, receiving 42% of the vote, and the Pacifists coming in a narrow second place with 38.7%. President Anderson had to deal with the fact that the Senate was split directly half and half with the Pacifist Republicans coalition against the Union Party. Lucky for him, he never had to deal with this, as the outbreak of the Second Prairie War diverted everyone's attention away from domestic politics. With a Federation victory under Anderson's command, Senator Calvin Petrie rode the party's success to a landslide election, one that was so clearly assured that the pacifists did not even participate. The Union Party now held majorities in both houses, but President Petrie did not pass much major legislation. Instead, he focused on international rebuilding, and outreach to the Allies in Spada and the former UNSC. Petrie's vice president, Jacob Munday, and the founder of the pacifists, succeeded him in office, becoming the first and only Pacifist Party member to be elected president. The Union Party again lost its majority in the state council, though it stayed in power in the high command. And by the end of Munday's term, a changing landscape was already threatening the once towering monopoly of the Union Party. Caden Schwartz, a talented foreign politician who had already been elected president of the Federal Wisconsinite Republic, had founded a new political party, the Conservatives, and had challenged Munday in his election, winning a surprising number of votes in areas that traditionally belonged to the Union Party and the pacifists. Munday forged a coalition with the Union Party nominee, Alex Knabel, the senator from Circles, in order to prevent a conservative victory in the next election. Despite this, Knabel lost in a landslide as Schwartz took office as the first ever conservative president in the Federation's history. The once reliably blue Rust Belt, the states that carried Nick LaPorte to victory almost 21 months ago, had now flipped red. In the most recent election, even with the merger between the pacifist and Union parties, the Conservatives still held these states, with the Union Party not even nominating a candidate to run against it, as the isolationist Defender Party, also a new rising star, sought to unseat all of the political establishment. The Union Party today faces an existential problem. In an increasingly red or purple country, how can the blue ever regain power? The party is again expected to nominate Alex Knabel to run, and polls show him leading his potential competitors. But as the Conservatives and Defenders have swiftly pointed out, what has changed since his last run? Indeed, many people in the Federation are now wondering, what change can the Union Party offer today?